Get ready for the Sydney 2002 Gay Games. November 2nd to 9th. 7 days of 31 different sports. 45 venues. Over 13,000 participants. And not only sport. 2 weeks of cultural events with 1,600 participants. And all this in a city that loves to take its t-shirt off. It will be the equivalent of a Mardi Gras parade colliding with the Olympics. It will be the Sydney 2002 Gay Games. All this, and you don't even have to be gay to compete. But let's get beneath the postcards and icons and find out what this event is really about. Rugby league legend, Ian Roberts.
You've got participation, you've got inclusion, and you've got personal best. That's what these Gay Games are about. These games will be the largest gay and lesbian event ever organised. But I can promise you this, these games are more than just about sport. They're about passion. Passion for the right to live as who you are, and passion for the right to fight for universal human rights.
From the heart, Ian. And now for a quick Gay Games history lesson. The Gay Games were founded by the inspired Dr. Tom Waddell in 1982, and there have been 5 to date, including San Francisco, twice, Vancouver, New York, and Amsterdam. November 2002, Sydney gets another chance to show what it's made of to the world. This is Sydney, you know, Opera House, Big Bridge, the Olympic City, the toast of the world's millennium celebrations. Party, party, party. And now let's meet the friendly faces of Gay Games TV, who are going to present Sydney 2002 to Australia and the world. There's Ian Roberts, a rugby legend. Gillian, who fights beasts for a living. Andrew, they call him Super Mercado. Livewire action man Anthony Wong. The boy your mother wants you to bring home, Marc Savoia. And finally, the very glamorous Kate Monroe. Sydney is putting out the welcome mat. Everyone's invited and everyone's excited. So let's get it on.
So, how do we start a video guide to the Gay Games? Well, just pretend you're a competitor and we'll take it through step by step. Now, if you're one of the 30,000 plus visitors to the Games, your journey will start here at one of Sydney's airports. There they are, beautiful airports. They are just that, airports. So you want to get in and get out. Taxi!
As in any city, if you really want to know what's going on, you ask a taxi driver. You know, we're a funny lot here in Australia. We have a heart of stone, yet we're very friendly. And we love our sport. So much so that we worship a horse, Phar Lap. In fact, in what other city in the world would you find the Lord Mayor moonlighting as a surf lifesaver? That's the Lord Mayor on the left too, by the way.
On behalf of the City of Sydney, I would like to welcome you to the Sydney 2002 Gay Games. You will find Sydney to be a beautiful, energetic and welcoming city. If you're a competitor, I wish you every success. If you're just a visitor, then please enjoy. I look forward to enjoying the Gay Games with you.
Sydney is just so beautiful that it needs 2 city councils, and one of South Sydney's councillors happens to be gay.
On behalf of my colleagues at Council and staff, it's my great pleasure to welcome you to Sydney for the 2002 Gay Games. As one of the 4 openly and identifying gay councillors on the council, it is terrific that we are able to offer the pleasure and the company of our city for your festival and games. And I hope everybody has a great time. Enjoy.
Once you've dropped off your luggage, you need to get accredited.
The first thing we want you to do when you arrive in the city is come here to the beautiful Sydney Town Hall, right in the centre of the city, and get your Gay Games accreditation pass.
Which will then enable you to be issued with your travel pass.
Which means you can catch buses, trains, and even Sydney's famous ferries, all for free. Now don't forget, the best way to get around to your sport is by public transport.
Once you have your accreditation, you need to get to an information hub to find out what's going on.
This will be the Hyde Park Hub. The hub will be the major information centre for the Gay Games. Anything you need to know? Come here. There'll be regular entertainment, and the hub will also be the place to meet and socialise. And you will find people in Sydney very friendly. It's the law. It's all on Oxford Street, including the Gay Games shopfront. Hey, dude, great hair.
Oh, thanks a lot.
No worries. See ya. This is Taylor Square, the spiritual heart of gay Sydney. This is where the big crowds and stands are during the Mardi Gras parade, which turns into Flinders Street for the home stretch. This is where the Mardi Gras parade ends, here at Moore Park, and this is where the Sydney 2002 Gay Games begin. Opening ceremony, 2nd of November, Aussie Stadium. This place is gonna go off.
The maestro behind the opening is out and proud, Ignatius Jones.
Ignatius, could you tell me about the stadium?
Well, I know it's very strange to speak about it in these terms, but it's a very intimate stadium. And it means that no matter where you are, you're going to have not only a very good view, but I think you're going to feel very much part of the ceremony. We'll have one stage up there and then another stage in the middle.
Opening ceremonies are very popular with people. What makes them important?
A good opening ceremony to a major games can not only redefine the way the world sees a city, sees a nation, but also the way a nation sees themselves. The opening ceremony of the Sydney Olympics, for instance, put paid to the old cliche of the bronzed, tongue-tied Aussie male, and instead was much more of a sort of mad, multicultural melee that owed a lot more to Mardi Gras than to our old outback traditions. And that has nothing to do with the fact that 3/4 of us who worked on that ceremony were gay and lesbian. We're very conscious of adhering to the Gay Games principles of inclusion and personal best, which means that our performers will not just be gay and lesbian, they'll be bi, transvestite, transsexual, straight even, of every shape, size, ability, every fetish catered to. I think it's going to, and because it's a gay and lesbian event, we'll be showing quite a bit of skin. September the 15th, 2000, we show the world that Australians give good ceremony, and on November the 2nd, 2002, we're going to show the world that queer Australians give great ceremony.
After the opening, it's on with the games. And to quote Australian commentators Roy and HG, too much sport is barely enough. And that certainly goes for Gay Games sports director, the very fit Stuart Borrie.
Well, when you get to Sydney, I think you're going to expect a fabulous sports program. Great venues, well-organised sports, terrific things to look at, men and women playing sport, and I guess great results reporting at the end of the games.
There's only one way to get a feel for the size and scope of Sydney, and Ian Roberts took to the skies to check out some of the 2002 venue precincts. The sports and venues are in 3 main zones. There's the Harbour Zone, featuring spectacular sailing from Rushcutters Bay, and tennis and golf at Moore Park, adjacent to the party venues and Aussie Stadium. The facilities then fan out around the city, with another major group near Sydney Olympic Park and at Homebush, the heart of the 2000 Olympics. While Ian's up in the air, the very down-to-earth Anthony Wong is our man on the spot.
How inspirational. The Sydney 2002 Gay Games at the same place where the Sydney 2000 Olympics were held. And one of the beauties of having the Gay Games here at Olympic Park is that all the venues are within walking distance of each other. Check this out. You've got the tennis over there at the tennis centre, the hockey over there, the volleyball at the wonderful State Sports Centre. You've got the Aquatic Centre, and over there, the athletics. Go! And Anthony Wong comes down the street. He's going to set a new Gay Games record in 2.35. Athletics, one of the centerpieces of any major sporting competition. It just, for me, it conjures up Greek gods oiled up, short shorts, tight butts. Anyway, here we are at the fabulous Sydney Athletics Centre, a world-class venue. It really is an amazing facility.
Hi, I'm at the Aquatic Centre, obviously the venue for the diving, the water polo and the swimming. I've got a couple of the swimmers here to talk to us, so I'll call them on board. Jason, Darren and Andrew, how you going, fellas?
Yeah, how are you?
Boys, tell me, what are you hoping to achieve from these games?
Oh, we're putting in a fair bit of a good old whack and trying to win gold, obviously. The games are sort of like based on personal best, so obviously we'll be giving it a fair go and been doing a bit of training.
When you say training, what does your training encompass?
Every day.
Yeah.
4:30 in the morning,
Yeah.
one night a week.
So this competition becomes a serious competition for you guys. It's not just all fun and games?
No, it's a bit of fun in it as well, but obviously we want to put a fair go in it and stuff, and been training for about 6 days a week, up early in the morning doing some laps, and then in the afternoon after work give it a go as well.
All right, guys, if you guys are that fair dinkum, I'll go for a swim with you.
Yeah, should we ready? Let's go in.
Let's do it.
Obviously, Ian's let himself go badly since he retired from rugby league. Shame that. Fabulous.
So, Jane, how's my dribbling style?
Anthony, how can I put this?
Okay. Well, I wanted to ask you, what does it mean for you to compete at this year's Gay Games?
I think the Gay Games is a fantastic opportunity from people from all over the world to get together and participate on the sporting fields.
I agree. And have you been doing a lot of preparation to get ready for the Games?
Absolutely. My side has actually been getting together regularly on a Friday night and getting to know each other and improving our skills.
Look out the rest of the world. And this amazing facility, have you played here before?
Yeah, I play here on a regular basis in an open competition that's held on a Sunday, and also play for a veteran side which gets together and plays on a Wednesday night.
Fantastic. And what's it going to be like on the opening ceremony to walk into that huge stadium with all those cheering people?
Well, I think if the Commonwealth Games, the Olympic Games and the Paralympic opening ceremonies are anything to go by, I think it's something to be looked forward to by everybody.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, I think we should work a bit more on my dribbling. So
Absolutely.
Here we go.
I'm actually not in heaven. I'm at the Sydney Aquatic Centre. We're with a bunch of guys who are in the water polo for the Gay Games, and there's a couple of burning questions I've been busting a gut to ask them. First and foremost, guys, please tell me, what are the lurks and perks, the pros and cons of gay water polo?
The most important part of gay water polo is what happens under the water. And back in the change rooms.
Well, extend on that.
You know, a bit of pulling down of speedos and a bit of clutching of certain parts.
On a serious note, fellas, what are you guys hoping to get out of the Gay Games?
Well, I mean, we just want to participate. We want to be part of it. It's going to be a great event. We want to be able to win some games as well.
Well, all I can do is wish you the best of luck and pants as many boys as you can.
Thanks, Ian. So you're going to come and have a game with us?
Yeah.
Come on. Any speedos?
If I'm a chance of getting pants, I'll come in. All right, let's do it.
Men and women will compete in water polo, but not in the same pool at the same time. That would take the fun out of it. In between a role in Matrix 2 and 3, Anthony Wong is going to compete in Gay Games tennis, and Anthony is a fierce competitor with a touch of the latent.
Yes! Come on! What's your number?
Well, the volunteers will really run the games for us. They'll be doing everything from ushering people in to collecting tickets and officiating on sports events. If you want to volunteer, you go to our website. You'll be part of one of the largest gay events in Australia's history. You'll get to meet lots of people and have a great time, we can assure you that.
And now to culture.
The games are not all about sport. There's also an extensive cultural festival which starts on October 25th.
That's right, Kate. Events like the Mass Choir concert Sing Out to the World. 550 queer singers from around the globe singing right here at the Opera House.
How divine is that?
Now, we asked our festival director, Tom Cullen, to tell you all about the festival in 30 seconds.
We're actually bringing artists from around the world. It's going to be a multicultural, multi-queer, multidisciplinary festival that brings performances as ranging from B. Arthur to the premiere of Peter Durkheis in Australia at the Opera House to fantastic performances in Newtown. It's part of our Newtown New Works program from Trinidad, Bangladesh, North America, Canada, Adelaide, Sydney, bringing an amazing range of visual arts events, working with Museum of Sydney, the Ivan Doherty Gallery in Paddington, Art Gallery of New South Wales, a range of really fantastic things that's going to bring a focus on queer artists from around the world here in Sydney for just a 2-week period.
That was 37 seconds, Tom, but it sounds fantastic.
Stuart Maunder is the Artistic Administrator for Opera Australia, and he's also the Director of Lindy, a brand new opera that's going to have its world premiere here in Sydney during the Gay Games Cultural Festival. Stuart, welcome, and tell us, what can the audience expect from this fabulous production?
Apart from anything else, they can expect to hear the truth, I think, about Lindy Chamberlain, because for so long now we've been fed little sound bites and pieces. You know, we all remember Arterial Spray, we all remember the immortal line, "A Dingo's Got My Baby," etc. But they'll also have a great theatrical night.
How do I get a ticket to all this, you ask? Here's Merrily to explain.
Ticketing you can get all in the one place, in the one shop. That's at our website, and you can get your ticketing for sporting events, cultural events, ceremonies and parties.
If you think Tom's excited about the cultural festival, you should be too. Sydney is going to go off.
Did anyone say party? We're at Fox Studios, which is the home of the gay and lesbian Mardi Gras, world famous for its Sydney-style parties. And I've got two of the people behind those parties, Katrina Martin, producer, and Gary Leeson, party coordinator, director. Katrina, tell us, there's a schedule for the parties. What's going to be happening during the games?
Okay, our first party's on 2nd of November. We have a total of 5. We have 4 at Fox Studios here and 1 on Sydney Harbour, the Sunset Party.
Gary,
yeah,
you've been the man behind many shows at the Mardi Gras. What is we going to be singing at the shows, and what's going to differentiate them like between Mardi Gras and the games?
Tricky question. Well, big shows, big stars, lots of fun. I think probably the big difference is the whole world's coming to Sydney, so we've got to cater to a whole range of people, and that's what we're trying to do.
Superb. Katrina, the closing party. What have we got in store for ourselves?
Massive, massive party. Coming after our free closing event, the Corroboree, we should have 30,000 people packing out Fox Studios behind us for a wonderful night.
Superb. And Gary, DJs.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea who you might be using yet?
Got a feeling we're using Kate Monroe at a couple of the parties.
Rock on! Yeah!
These will be some of the biggest dance parties ever held.
The annual Sydney Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras Parade and Festival. Now that's sexy and honest. The kind of honesty and tolerance that our gay and lesbian community brings to a range of social issues, Sydney style.
In fact, we're not just talking about tolerance. Sydney embraces its queers and will embrace the 25,000 athletes and visitors who will be here for the Gay Games.
When you're in Sydney for the 2002 Gay Games, you'll have the full support of the law. Now we're just about to meet Sergeant Matt O'Neill, and he's a gay and lesbian liaison officer. So Matt, tell us some tips for gay and lesbian travellers in Sydney.
Well, I guess the first thing we'd probably like to reinforce is for people in Sydney for the Gay Games is that if they need assistance from the police, fire or ambulance, that they use 000 rather than the emergency number in their home country.
We keep hearing the word GLOW, Matt. Can you tell us what's a GLOW?
A GLOW is a gay and lesbian liaison officer. It's a police officer who has been trained in a number of issues surrounding the gay and lesbian community.
So they're the people that you'd go to first if you found yourself in trouble?
Yes, if you'd feel more comfortable speaking to a police officer where it would be more than likely your sexuality would be an issue, speak to a gay and lesbian liaison officer. And most GLOWs are identified by a small badge that they wear on their uniform, which incorporates the pink triangle, the rainbow flag and the checkered band.
I want one of them. So what's Sydney really like for gay and lesbian visitors, do you think?
On an international scale, Sydney would be considered a fairly safe city, although it's really important to reinforce that people shouldn't necessarily behave any differently than they would back at home. So they should be aware of their environment, they should take into account their personal safety, their belongings and those types of things. Look, it's a fairly tolerant and gay-friendly city, but it's still important to be aware of the surroundings of what's going on.
Have your wits about you?
Very much so.
So I have to ask a boy in blue, what event will you be going in for the Gay Games?
Well, Gillian, I won't be participating in the Gay Games. I'll be looking after our international visitors.
Good on you, Matt.
Thank you.
Let's head out west with Andrew.
Now, not all the sports are being held in the Harbour Zone or Sydney Olympic Park. Sydney is a big city, so give yourself plenty of time to get to all the venues around the Sydney Olympic Park precinct and have a good time. I'm at Canterbury Ice Rink where battles will be fought on the ice and, well, let's be honest here, Australians aren't that renowned for playing ice hockey, and it's probably got a lot to do with the fact that we don't have a lot of ice outside. So overseas visitors, this is your big chance to come down here and try to beat us at least one sport. Well, this is the Anne Clark Centre. Big, isn't it? Well, that's because it's going to be the home for 4 sports: table tennis, martial arts, judo and wrestling. You know wrestling? Lycra and sweaty bodies and... Now, if I was a swan, and I'm not, by the way, but if I was, I might be as graceful as these guys competing in the figure skating at Sydney 2002 Games. Hey guys, come over here. They got to stop spinning first. So what do you reckon? Is figure skating going to be one of the hot ticket events at Sydney 2002 Games?
Absolutely. From what we've heard, the tickets for the show are going extremely well. Marc's in charge of it.
Fantastic. How athletes coming from all over the world to compete in this sport?
All over the world, all different levels.
Yep.
Both male and female. Some families are coming as a team. We also have a big show planned for the, for the last night.
Yep.
So it all should be a fantastic evening.
Now, we're at Macquarie Ice Rink. Is this one of the better venues to do figure skating in?
Definitely. And it's got a fairly large seating capacity, which means that it's not overly crowded in terms of demands of the number of people here, but it'll be very, very good to skate to an audience.
Great. Well, maybe you guys could do some more skating for me.
Sure.
Good luck with the games. They're going to do some more skating because I can't skate. Off you go. Make me look good. I can't do it.
The highlight of the skating program is the Ice Spectacular, Cool on Ice, on Wednesday the 6th of November. Further out west are the bowling venues, including Parramatta. The word for Sydney 2002 is inclusion.
Despite a history of sometimes painful and volatile race relations, much of Australia in recent generations has made a huge effort to embrace multiculturalism. Sydney is a vibrant melting pot with people from more than 180 different nations living here, and more than a few of them are gay or lesbian. Contrary to some overseas people's perceptions that all Australians are white Anglo-Saxon crocodile hunters, I'm here to tell you that that's not true. We just talk that way. Hello. Crikey street, did you see the butt on that one?
Well, essentially we're trying to target different groups from the queer community
women, people with specific needs or disabilities, people from Asia, people from the Pacific, Indigenous Australians, people from regional or isolated parts of Australia, and youth between the ages of 18 and 25. How we're doing it is basically to increase participation at all levels in the Gay Games, in the volunteer program, in part of the registrants, and also people who are coming to spectate.
I never had the chance or the talent to be able to compete in the Olympics. But just like everybody else, yeah, sure, I've dreamed about standing atop of the podium and receiving a gold medal. A lot of people ask, why have a Gay Games at all? Well, better than me tell you, why don't we have a gold medalist explain?
Marc,
I think that today it's still very important that we have a Gay Games. We take for granted, a lot of us who live in some of the more liberal Western countries of the world, the rights that we enjoy, that we still actually have to protect and stand up for in our countries. But in some other countries, it's still a crime, punishable by death to be gay. So there's a long way to go. And I think it's very important that the Gay Games helps people understand and move the laws and legislations from the head to the heart, so that they feel what it's like, they understand that these are basic human rights issues, and we all need to be treated equally.
This is Harbour Zone, one of 3 precincts for the Sydney 2002 Games. Now, all events that take place in the Harbour Zone are either inner city or take place on this spectacular body of water we call home.
I love this city. Where else could you walk on amazing beaches like this 15 minutes from the heart of town? This city is so sexy.
Surf lifesaving, an integral part of Australian coastal culture. It's not part of the Gay Games, but trust Ian to find the closest thing to it.
Okay, we all know how beautiful Sydney is. Ah! What are you guys competing in?
Australian Fitness Championships with aerobics.
You're the Aussie boys?
That's right.
All right, do we get a chance to see your show? Please, please, please show me, show me, show me.
I'm at Mrs Macquarie's chair, one of the venues for the Sydney 2002 cycling, and I'm waiting for my dykes on bikes. And here they are. Hi, I'm Mark.
Hi, Mark. I'm Leslie.
Pleased to meet you, Leslie.
Hello, I'm Joe.
Pleased to meet you, Joe. So you're going to show me one of the competition courses?
Yeah, it's fabulous. Let's take it on. That'd be
Fantastic,
great.
let's go.
There's 5 races, criterium, mountain bike race, road race, time trial, and actually a team time trial too. I'll be racing 4, all bar the individual time trial. Yeah, I've been training for a fair few months, and so I've got 3 more months, so I'll be hopefully hitting my peak.
How serious will the competitors be?
Well, you've actually got 2 sort of breeds of competitors. You've got ones who have raced before and ones who are more novice, so there's 2 categories. The expert will be pretty flat chat, whereas the novice, which there's a lot of numbers in that, but they're more enjoyment, but I'm sure there's going to be fierce competition in that. So all in all, it's going to be really good. Sydney's an amazing place. There's so many places to see and go. Just look at the scenery and it's just amazing. Just like nothing can really hold you back.
And the nightlife?
Nightlife, well, I'll be trying to stay away, but come into the races, yeah, be big.
What's it like being a gay person in Sydney?
It's really good actually. I can walk around, not get harassed. Basically, I can just be myself, which really should be the way it should always be.
I'm in the mood for dancing. Well, I'm in the mood, but I haven't really got a partner. But I do have some professionals. Well, it's not Sydney Town Hall, but it is good old Sydney, and I'm here with Jane and Beth, two of the competitors in the ballroom dancing section of Sydney 2002 Games. Tell me, what do you think's the most important thing about competing in the Games for you?
I guess it's an opportunity to share our passion and to celebrate our sexuality at the same time.
And show a different variation on a team event.
How do you reckon you're going to feel walking into the stadium for the first time?
Oh, goosebumps. More goosebumps than we got here today.
And very excited.
Absolutely. Yep. How many years have you been working to get to this point?
Together, only about 9 months.
No, it's a year now.
No, it's a year. But both of us separately about 9 or 10 years dancing. Yeah.
Do you think the professional competing like this makes the sport taken more seriously?
Yeah. It gives opportunity for people to see lots of different levels.
Yep. Well, it's been great talking to you.
Yeah, well, come on, Mercado, let's show you some moves.
Oh!
Kate claims to have been a standout on her high school team in the US. DJ, TV presenter, hoop star. What can't this girl do?
And I'm here with the Divas! So Kelly, what's it going to feel like when your team walks in to Aussie Stadium, the opening ceremony of the Games?
I think it's just going to be the biggest excitement ever. Yeah, we've all been preparing for it for the last year, so it's going to be amazing.
Yeah,
hey girls.
Definitely going to be a big buzz.
Yeah.
Cool. So how long have you guys been preparing to actually play in the Games?
Since the beginning of the year for the Gay Games. Yeah, basically just training every week.
Cool.
Preparing for it.
Yeah. And would you guys have a favorite basketball player?
Definitely.
The location for the Sydney 2002 sailing is magnificent Sydney Harbour, and it's going to happen right here at Rushcutters Bay.
Melissa Gray and Jocelyn Parker have taken a personal journey. They wanted to compete in Sydney 2002, so they learned to sail just to compete. And now they're winning races.
Well, I have to say, aside from competing in the Gay Games, who wouldn't want to sail on this harbour? I mean, you've got the Harbour Bridge, you've got the Sydney Opera House. Why wouldn't you want to sail on this harbour? Well, I think the most important thing about the Gay Games for me is that I get to be proud of who I am. That's a really important thing for me. You spend your life trying to be recognised as a person, and I think it's a celebration. I'm really excited about, this celebration. Here we are out on the harbour. I want to be competing, and I want to be competing as a woman in the Gay Games. And especially for the Gay Games, it's wonderful to know that not only do we have our sporting prowess in common, but we also have our sexuality, and I think that's an important thing. I think it's an important message to send out to people, We're here, we're proud, we're gay, and, it's fantastic. We're cruising on the harbour. What more could you ask for? And, the Gay Games are going to bring at least 11,000 competitors, and I just think everyone's so supportive here, and they're really going to get behind it. Sydney, Australia seems to have a real understanding and tolerance for gay people, and, that's... It's a wonderful thing to be welcomed, and I think everyone from overseas are really going to notice that when they get here, they're going to be really welcomed. But the one thing, I know you're excited too, I can't believe we're going to walk into that stadium. How proud.
Opening ceremony.
I'm going to be so proud. I have never, ever dreamt that I would have the opportunity to represent, my country. We're competing here in Australia, and we're going to get to walk in front of all these people,
represent my country either.
Bring on the party!
Unlike the Olympics, golf is going to be one of the sports at Sydney 2002. Sounds to me like there's going to be a few swingers in town.
Yeah! Hey, We're at Parkland's Tennis Center, which is just a drop shot from the opening ceremonies and the Fox Studio Hub. It's one of 3 venues for the tennis. And we're here to meet Chris O'Neill, an Aussie sporting legend. He's not only won a Grand Slam, but also gold in the mixed doubles at the Amsterdam Games. Hey, Chris, how are you?
Good, you?
Good, good. What was it like to win gold at the Amsterdam Games?
Well, it was a sensational feeling because it combined 2 major things in my life, being my sexuality and my sport, which had never been tied together before. So it was a very special moment.
Pretty special?
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you cry?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Cool.
And everyone around me, it was great.
Yeah. And the Grand Slam, like a Grand Slam as well.
Yes, it's a long time ago. I'm actually the last Aussie to win the Open back in '78, so 23 years ago. I'm pretty proud of it, and long-standing record. Just waiting for it to fall, actually.
Yeah. Just hold on to it for a little bit longer, I reckon.
Oh, well, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, what do you think the games in Australia are going to be like? What's it going to be like? What are your hopes and dreams for the whole thing?
Well, I think, it's a sensational city for it to be happening in. You know, it's all pulling together perfectly. I just think it's a wonderful coming together of friendship and freedom, really. So it's a great city for it, particularly following the Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you think you'll be playing out at Homebush on centre court?
I hope so. Looking forward to it.
We've got about 8 sports which are new to the Gay Games. This year we've got sailing, which is a new sport which is going to be terrific. Touch rugby, which is a new sport for the Gay Games as well, and netball. These will give it an Australian feel to the Games.
Australian feel. Touch rugby. Sounds interesting. Marc investigates.
I'm at picturesque Centennial Park to learn a little bit about touch rugby with Pufta. Now, I don't know what that exactly means, but I've got a fair idea, and I'm with a Pufta right now. His name's David. Can you explain to me a little bit about what Pufta means?
Well, it means Proud, Open and Out Footballers Touch Association, but most of us are Puftas, some of us aren't. We're sort of men and women, straight and not, but we've been doing this for about 10 years, since about 1988. Just a bunch of us gathered on Sunday afternoons, and it's a regular social thing. And over the years, it's just got more and more serious, and we actually do a whole lot of stuff.
Now, this isn't the first Gay Games you've competed in, is it?
No, we went to New York in '94 and Amsterdam in '98. But they didn't have touch football in New York, so we thought we'd play American football.
How did you fare?
Well, they were a bit worried because we got there and we learnt the wrong rules. So they had to spend the first 10 minutes of the first game telling us the rules, and then they thrashed us, but we had a great time.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I don't know a great deal about touch rugby. What is it all about?
Well, there's 3 types of football in Australia. There's Aussie rules, there's rugby league and rugby union. Now, touch footy is sort of like rugby league and rugby union, except we don't tackle people, we touch them. Look, the best way for me to show you is take it. Come on.
Okay, great.
Everybody, this is Craig Godfrey. Now, Craig, isn't netball really a woman's sport?
Traditionally it was, yeah, but as you know, the games are all about inclusion, so everyone's playing.
Yeah, cool. Well, how did you actually get involved in netball and the games?
I wanted to participate in the games because I knew I'd never get to the Olympics, and I chose a team sport. I just went through the list and I chose netball.
You came up on N.
Yeah.
Netball. Cool. Well, the rest of the team's not here, but you want to show me some of your moves?
Sure. You know nothing about it?
Nothing.
Okay. The aim is to get it in the hoop.
Okay.
And the aim of the opposing team is to stop it getting in the hoop.
All right.
I'll let you be the defence, and your my favourite move is to put your arm up like that.
Okay.
So.
Darling Harbour and the Convention Centre, the location for physique, which is unique to the Gay Games. And as we all know, gay people do like to spend a bit of time in the gym, and you're not shy, are you, Paul?
You can't afford to be, Marc.
Well, what's your involvement with this event?
I'm in the Masters for the Gay Games. That's the age group from 40 to 50. I turned 48 this year.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
In the Masters, what does that involve? What do you actually do?
Well, a lot of training, because most of the work is done before you actually get on stage. You learn how to pose, firstly, and posing is very important. Secondly, you've got a lot of work to do on the actual frame.
Have you done a lot of competing before?
I've competed for the last 3 years. I won Mr. Physique 2000 in an open category. I came third this year, but I was competing against 20-year-olds, and in the Gay Games I will be competing with people in my own age group, between 40 and 50. So we have open, novice, masters, grandmasters, super grandmasters in both women and men.
And what do you think people from overseas will find appealing about Sydney in terms of the Gay Games?
Look at the weather. This is winter.
It's gorgeous,
it's beautiful.
isn't it?
This is the venue. It's gorgeous. So I think Sydney's just an amazing city. We've got the harbour, we've got the people, and we've got the friendly atmosphere.
And obviously we've got the physiques.
Thank you.
I'm here with Liz, another competitor, and Paul looks pretty good for 48, wouldn't you say?
Paul's just a baby. Competitors in the Gay Games range from 20 to 76. I'm 63.
That's great. And have you been competing for a long time?
No, this is my first competition. I'm a novice.
And what do the Gay Games mean to you?
Well, it's a challenge. It's a challenge not to win them, but just to get there. I'm old, I'm a woman, I'm a vegetarian. It's bloody hard to build muscle when you're my age, and it's great to be an athlete in your 60s.
Well, would you like to show me some poses? Because I'd really like to learn.
Well, I certainly would.
Okay. Liz and Paul are going to show me some posing techniques.
Well, you know, no pecs, no sex.
Come on, put that arm up. Turn that back. Look, like that. That's better.
And where's that washboard stomach?
It's not a stomach. This is a stomach.
I give up.
I win.
On November the 9th, it's going to be time to say farewell to Sydney.
Well, I'm back with Ignatius, who's going to tell us about the Sydney 2002 closing ceremony.
The closing will take place here. It's very different to opening here in the Box Show Ring. It's a community event, it's free, it's going to be a great big opportunity for people to swap phone numbers, say see you again in 4 years. Okay. We'll have performances, big sausage sizzle, handbag races, stiletto races, and then at the end of that, of course, we'll finish up here and head off to the party.
And what a closing party it promises to be. If anything can relight the fire in the belly of the Australian queer community, it will be the unique Sydney 2002 experience. And now, a final word from our Gil.
What other community could integrate into one event women, men, transgender and people with special needs? And at what other event would you find your everyday athlete competing against Olympic gold medalists? Pretty cool, hey?
So the party's over. You've made a few friends, pushed the cause of peace and world harmony on a bit. So here's a few tips on how to spend the rest of your time in Australia recovering. Go on, get out of here.
Welcome to Adelaide, Australia's home to the finer things in life, great wine, fabulous food, and culture. Come on, let me show you around.
Hungry? Then this is the place. Central Markets. Get cheeses, meats, produce, vegetables, international fine food from all over the world.
And after the games, win or lose, you mind you get to Adelaide where we'll feed you properly.
Are you going to come and see us at the games?
No, but you can come and see me after the games.
Now, this country makes a lot of fabulous wines. And you could never try them all, but if you wanted to give it a shot and learn something in the process, this is where you'd come, the National Wine Centre in Adelaide. So let's go have a few drinks. Where does a girl start?
My personal favourite.
And the art here is as unique as it is diverse. And honey, it's good.
Hey everybody, I'm Charles Bracewell, the executive producer of Feast, South Australia's gay and lesbian arts and cultural festival. It's 23 days right after the Gay Games of non-stop gay and lesbian madness.
So here we are in the middle of wine country, Clare Valley.
Thorne Park, a beautiful country home run by some wonderful people.
If you're partying too much and need to be indulged, come down and we'll look after you.
Queensland, beautiful one day, perfect the next. Now, many people associate that saying with the spectacular warm and tropical weather that bathes this state most of the year. But the weather is certainly not the only attraction Queensland has to offer. Brisbane is a city that has everything you could possibly want. Stylish yet laid back, this place has got it all. And as a former Brisbane boy, I should know. Brisbane is conveniently placed just an hour north of the Gold Coast. The perfect place for a perfect tan. Now, apart from its location and its beer, what is it about Brisbane that makes it so special?
I love knowing that you can leave the house at night without actually arranging to meet anyone and just know that you can hook up with everyone, you know, at the zoo or Rick's.
There is a thriving music scene in Brisbane based in Fortitude Valley. The Aussie music charts are dominated now by local groups such as Powderfinger, Aniki, Resin Dogs and George, who've all paid their dues in an amazing array of clubs, pubs and live music venues, all within walking distance of each other. Now, family's been open for about 14 months now. Tell us, is this the biggest nightclub going in Brisbane at the moment?
It is. This is pretty much the super club of Brisbane.
Yep. They say the valley comes alive at night, but the truth is, it never really dies. Brisbane also has a unique art scene centred here in the valley. So if you're looking for art galleries and exhibitions, this is the place to come. Of particular interest is the Institute of Modern Art. These days, returning visitors to Brisbane constantly find new pockets of activity and culture. One of these pockets happens to be the Brisbane Powerhouse. Recently renovated, it is now the home of arts and fine dining.
You know, it goes without saying that you're going to have a fantastic time in Queensland. All you got to remember to do is have a little fun in the sun.
Cosmopolitan, culturally diverse and beautiful, Melbourne is a city that has it all. Australia's playground to the style conscious, enjoy the best of life's delights in one of the world's most livable cities. Whether sitting by the Yarra admiring the city skyline to the bohemian Brunswick Street. One of the most unique spots of this city, from dining to books and arts and local fashion, this trip just oozes individuality and creativity. And speaking of fashion, Melbourne has to be the fashion capital of this country. The local fashion scene here on Chapel Street is thriving with innovation and style. And one of the key tricks to unravelling the secrets of this city is to get off the main drag. Melbourne is filled with little laneways like this that contain worlds unto themselves. So, you like sport? Well, you're in the right place. Melburnians love their sport. They really get off on it. St Kilda, quirky and cool, where funky urban beach culture meets cafe culture. And when you're looking for a little gay and lesbian companionship, we'll see you here, Commercial Road, Melbourne's little mecca. And at the end of the day, this town really knows how to have fun. And I'm going to go and get me some.
The world is coming to Sydney again, November 2nd to 9, 2002. And we're ready. Are you?
It's the spirit of people coming together.
I love this place! Sydney 2002 Gay Games under new skies.